3 wins in a row in the league for Tottenham. They're certainly having a tilt at the top 4. And Gareth Bale, of course, 6 in 6. This is what Tottenham fans have been waiting for, is it? They waited a few months for it, but he's coming good at the moment.
He has. His all-round game is starting to look sharper. I think that's the thing about Gareth Bale. There's no doubting his quality. There's no doubting his ability and his decision-making, but he wasn't always looking sharp in his play. And at the moment, his link-up with Harry Kane and his link-up with Son and Lucas Moura at time has been fantastic. And then when the moments come, the moments where you're expecting to make a pass like that, he's delivering.
And look, Desire, you were there, Don. Obviously, Desire, get in the box, give it to me. OK, I'll take the knockdown instead. Yeah,
there's something interesting happened when I watched them live from the comms position that I was in. If you look at Gareth Bale, he wasn't sprinting. I think he's still got that element of fear. If he opens up too much, he might risk injury, but he's adapting really well. He's getting into good positions. He wants that more than Kante. Excellent assist from Harry Kane. He was brilliant, Harry Kane. Lucas Moura involved in the first goal. And that's Tottenham at the minute. They struggled against Fulham in the second half, looking to get something out or looking to win that game. But when they play up against a team that plays 4-4-2, like Burnley, like Palace, it was too much work for the Palace players. I was watching their midfield and they were trying to shift across, and Moura had a free position. Harry Kane's not playing as a sort of traditional 9. He's coming off the centre-halves, maybe in fear of getting a knock himself, leading towards the Euros. And the rotation between Son and Moura, Bale and Kane, Dele Alli on the bench is incredible.
I love that second goal there by Bale. I love it when a striker doesn't feel like he can score directly from the cross and is happy to put it in an area for his teammates. He's not trying to overreach and somehow get it on target, make it easy for the goalkeeper. He's putting it back into a dangerous area, allowing the likes of Bale or Lucas Moura to go and attack. It was Bale on that occasion. And you're right, I probably didn't get up to 100% sprint for Bale, but his 80% is probably still better than any speeds we ever got.
Exactly.
So, to be fair to him,
he's 101.
Yeah, exactly. You're still going, bye! Kane's first goal you want to pick out. Magnificent technique.
He's just some centre-forward, isn't he? He starts the move here. He fancied the 1-2. Lucas Moura had done the right thing, but then he gets himself in a good position. Doherty knows where Harry Kane is, but
no one's tracking him, are they?
I said this is the goal of the season in my opinion, and I said in commentary, and I got hammered on social media for saying it, but I stand by it. I can't think of another number 9 in world football that would score this type of goal. All the boys in Italy and all the boys in Spain.
Lewandowski?
Maybe. That's probably the closest comparison, but Martinez and Lukaku score different types of goals. The lads in Spain score goals inside the 18-yard box. That is just what you've got to see first and foremost is the vision. Then you've got to back yourself with the correct technique. Then you've got to whip it into a stanchion, past the goalkeeper that's on the dive and on the move. I just think it's an unbelievable goal. Technique-wise, it's stunning.
It's not easy to do. But I think Jose Mourinho will be actually pleased with how his team looked, the sharpness of the pass. Bale, Kane, Son, all involved in that movement. And actually, when Kane takes the shot, Bale and Kane are outside the box, but they've still got 4, maybe even 5, including Doherty, players inside the box. So I don't think we've seen that enough from Spurs over the course of the whole season. They've been a bit, not negative as such, but stayed behind the ball, a little bit safe in the last 3 games. You certainly can't accuse them of that.
5 wins from 15 is their record before that game. So you'd like to think, I wonder if Jose's having the conversation, because he's a manager that obviously would love clean sheets. But I think if you ask like a novice like us to try and manage what Tottenham have got in terms of their personnel, I think I would go, we're going to concede 1.
Yeah.
For sure we're going to concede 1.
But with those 3, 4 more or 5, Dele Alli off the bench, off you go.
The bench, Vinicius, Lamella, Dele Alli, Bergwijn.
Go and outscore them.
And I said, it felt, even though they conceded 1, it was the perfect performance. It sounds a bit contradictory because you'd like a clean sheet, obviously, but stunning going forward.
Even the goal they conceded was a very good goal by Benteke. It was a great delivery, good header. Sometimes you've got to say we maybe could have defended it better, but that's a really good goal. Right, we've still got the weaponry to go and get the next one and get the one after that.
Spurs fans are taking 3-1s, 4-1s every day of the week.
Of course they are.
That's a good side to watch.
Harry Kane's goal involvement is also interesting after what he did at the weekend, because he got the 4th there as well. So there he is. He's ahead of Bruno Fernandes now and his teammate Mo Salah and Patrick Bamford. Just underlining his all-round ability now. And we've talked a lot about it, that number of assists, how much that's rocketed this season.
And I think that shows his intelligence. No one doubts his finishing. Nobody doubts his ability to be quality inside that 6-yard box penalty, even as what he's just shown there from distance. But he's adapted his game this season. He's come deeper. He's moved into different positions to allow his team better options, and he's been very impressive.
The other side of North London, Tottenham, there was a record broken this weekend, and that was that Kane and Son have combined for the most goals in Premier League season. They've beaten Shearer and Sutton, who had 13 for Blackburn back in 94-95. It's a record that Alan Shearer hasn't got. Crikey, that's a first, isn't it? He seems to have all the goal scoring records, but Kane and Son combining for a record 14 goals this season. There's still time for a few more of those, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. There's plenty of time.
And this is the goal that broke it. And it's excellent from Harry Kane. Doesn't get the first ball, but look, the awareness then to realise that the second one might come his way, and Son does superbly to pick him out as well. Stays on side. I think there's a little bit of a nose involved. Gets a little bit of his nose. Doesn't quite get the forehead, but he doesn't care, does he?
No, it's ended up where he wanted it, in the back of the net, and that's the main thing, and always in the right place at the right time.
What about this front four at Tottenham? I think it's scored over 100 goals now. Jose Mourinho even made a point of saying that in his post-match press conference, saying that we're supposed to be a defensive team. We've scored over 100 goals this season. They're
just now clicking into form. I think the main person everyone's talking about is Bale. He's playing really, really well. I actually still think there's more room for him to keep growing. I think he's in third year at the moment, and the more time and the more games that he has, which is what we've all been crying out for him to get, for whatever reason didn't happen, now it is. That front four is arguably the best in the Premier League.
There was a time we were worried where Gareth Bale could get back to his level, but the last 6 games have been really impressive. There's the stats, there's the numbers: 6 goals, 3 assists in those 6 matches. We're starting to see him really getting back up to speed, aren't we?
Yeah, I think you said it earlier, the sign of a good player is they always have time, and I always feel he has time on the ball, and I think he is kind of, he's not running full pat like this, he's just really graceful. Like, defenders want to get tight to him. That 2-touch there that gets him away from the defenders, and a good delivery. Again, he's coming on the outfield because defenders are petrified. Do we get tight to him? No, he can get past us. All he does now, he just gives himself a yard, and I think maybe that comes with experience and age.
Mixing his game up, isn't he? You know, you're saying he stayed out wide. This time it's more narrow as well.
You have to be, I keep saying, give defenders a problem, always pose a question, and he constantly in there and get head on that and get the goal. And I think you can always tell from his celebration, it means something to him now, and he's happy and he's fit, and he just needs to keep rolling.
Now then, what about this for a goal from Harry Kane? This goal the weekend, pretty special, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a beautiful, beautiful goal. I think just to get the whip and the direction, the technique, he's absolutely outstanding. There's pace on the ball, so he just wraps his right foot around it, try and bend it into that corner. And people dream about doing it, but he dreams and executes it, and that's why he is where he is and the goals he has.
I guess the question is, which is better, that Harry Kane goal or one that was fairly similar, actually, from Bruno Fernandes earlier on in the season against Everton? We'll have a look at this one.
I think this one is cheeky because he recognises the goalkeeper's off his line. I think he goes in there and he goes to cross it and he thinks, no, and I'm going to, that little look there, no, I've seen the goalkeeper's off his line, I'm going to cheeky chip it in that one. I think the technical difference is key, though, because Fernandes has got a standing ball where Kane's is more difficult.
What did you prefer?
The harder skill is Kane's one. The easy one is Bruno Fernandes because you can see it straight on. I think so. For me, it's more impressive Harry Kane goal.
Let's get another opinion. Leroy, what do you think? Which is better, Kane or Bruno?
Totally agree with Karen. I think Kane's is brilliant, and I'm going to show it through here and just go talk you through it because it's wonderful technique, Matt, and it's a technique that not many players could execute. Bruno could do it, but on this occasion, first time, keeps his head down. And it's just a wonderful finish, and it's right in the top corner. And as I said, Matt, there's not many people who could do that. And I've been searching the internet to see if there's anybody who can do this, who can execute this sort of skill. And I managed to find one. It wasn't Bruno Fernandes. It was this one, Matt. And it's you. 2004, Matt. And look at this. It's inch perfect. And you know what I love, Matt, there? I'm going to pause there. You look exactly the same. You look 45. You look 45 there. You look exactly. You haven't changed one bit.
I'm actually really pleased that you found one in colour.
Mate, it's amazing. It's amazing. Let's see the replay. Let's see that again.
It's definitely worth seeing again, isn't it?
That technique is brilliant. So look, Bruno Fernandes, no, nowhere near Harry Kane. Matt Holland, absolutely right on the par with Harry.
We've got goalkeeping. He should have done it a little bit better, shouldn't he?
It's been digitally remastered, Matt, so we did make it colour, and it's now, and the speed's a little bit off. It was a little bit flicky, you know, the time it is. But I tell you what, I mean, you didn't score many, Matt, but when you did, they were special.
We've got 3 candidates now then. So we've got Kane, Bruno, and we'll add that one as well.
Yeah.
Kane's still for me. I think Kane's the best of the lot. I think the pace that he scores with as well. I would go with Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Not picking yourself?
No.
Matt, I would go with you. You know, because...
Of course you would, yeah.
You were the
I would go with
trendsetter,
you,
Matt. You were the trendsetter.
Exactly, Karen. And you know what? He didn't get there very often. Kane does it. You know, he got a nosebleed when he got over the halfway line, Matt, and that was just outstanding. Yeah. Absolutely outstanding.